Hello, it's Funky here, and I'm back with a movie review. Now, this movie is a follow-up to The Mechanic. This is the first one, and it's called The Mechanic Resurrection. And this movie is much better than that previous movie. It's got more action, more detail into it. But I'm only going to talk about the best bits of the movie. You know, if you want to, you can watch it and then watch my review afterwards. And if I forget anything, I do apologize. If I mud up some names, I do apologize for that. But I try to remember the whole movie as best as I can. So it starts off with, I think with his Bishop. It starts off similar to how it was in the first one, where he's putting a record player and play some music. But this time he's on a boat in this one, and he goes and he has to meet a woman, and this one talks to him about making their psychiatrist. This when you meet people that can be always going to say ask the usual questions, and she shows a picture of him saying you need to I think a picture something but it said you need to be taken out and stuff like that, and it's to do with like I think the crane deal or something. I'll go into that soon. And these guards or soldiers, or whatever you want to call them, right? The guards that take out these hitmen or whatever it is, right? And the fighting scenes, oh my god, with the table, he lifts at the table, bang, he slams guys' heads on the counter as well. It's madness. So it starts off brilliant. That part of the movie wow. It already starts off brilliant, better than the first one. Never had this intensity at the start before. And then he meets this woman. He helps out this woman on a boat after going this island, I think like a cabin on the island, to meet a woman called May. And obviously she asks some questions about how he's doing, like a catch up. And she sees that this woman's getting beaten by this guy, and he goes to help the woman out, and turns out this woman's name is Gina, and apparently she was meant to she set the sort of whole thing up to make it to make her him fall for her and blah blah. Just basically the usual. And then the guy obviously dies and stuff after he helps him out, and this woman gets kidnapped by Crane's army basically. And he kidnaps her, and he tells him you need to do like 3 jobs all to make like an accident. The first one is a guy called Quill, and he's like a drug lord, and also he's in prison. He's a drug lord, and he wants Bishop to take him out basically, and he experiments a way to actually make like an accident. He actually has to save this he had to save Quill's life to put him in his good book so he can get him alone with Quill, and so he can has his plan to take him out. And then I think it was a clever altercation right there. He proceeds to strangle him. Not strangle, but it's hard to explain how he does it. But I'm on the right track there. So it makes him stop breathing, and just put some sort of pill in his mouth to make it like that he actually got poisoned to death, which is quite clever. And the smartest thing is, after what he did with the body, his bodyguards come. This is like his, well, I wouldn't say friends, but his guards basically protect him, and his own personal security, if I'm gonna put it that way. He the guys come and thinking, wonder why no response to him. They're so concerned, and the Bishop says, oh, shh, he's just praying. That was clever because he actually made the body look like he was actually praying. So where he was praying, be precise. And he actually gets out of prison by actually destroying the ward, getting out. And then he, FaceTime called, obviously. That was a deal he has to have a FaceTime call with Gina. I think her name's Gianna or something like that. I don't know. Whatever it is, it's definitely beginning with G anyway, so I'm going to say that. And then he FaceTimes about it, says, stuff like that. So, and then the second job is to eliminate a guy called Cook. I think he's a multi-millionaire businessman, and he has to figure out a way to actually try and make this one look like an accident. So what he does, he actually goes into a building which is full of people, obviously. Pretend that he's a workman or something like that, just to blend in. That's the job, they have to blend in, and he has to actually absorb off a building, not go down. Obviously, go upwards because he has like a swimming pool on like balcony level, like no edge level. I don't know why anyone would have a swimming pool on like where it looks like you're about to fall off. That's quite scary. That's ridiculous why these multi-millionaire businessmen or businesswomen want to have something like that. But it doesn't matter, that's besides the point. And he actually draws a hole into the swimming pool, and boom, he drops right down, over 100 feet down to his death. That was madness. there's obviously like I don't think there's any fight scenes in that part. I don't think he fights anybody in particular in that one. Not that I remember. He just figure out to do it. And I think, and then the third one, he has to, you know, take out this other dude too. And I think this dude's like also another businessman, and he's heavily guarded by military guards. You know, he gets in, he has to actually shoot one of the guards' legs just so he can actually, you know, get in from a helicopter hospital. No, hospital helicopter. Well, however you gonna say it, right? He goes in, he starts. I think there's a bit of fight here too. I mean, not fight. He actually he's actually in the guy's vault. I think his name Max. I think yeah, Max. That's the name. And he actually just kind of Jimmy Savile. Never mind. Anyways, he actually goes and he says, "I can help you, Fanco. I mean, I can help you with Crane if you help me." And so he sets up a way because apparently Crane is eliminated competition, but he, you know, Bishop doesn't know that. Goes and it's like, yeah, so he helps him out, and yeah, so you know, helps him out. Then actually tells him he need to go away for a while, and he also sets up the place to rig it so that you know he traps them in and takes them all out basically. He actually makes a phone call saying, "Oh, Crane, you know, Max's body is right there. All his own possessions. Come meet me at the pier, but this occasion." And they go to. He's rigged it with explosive. He's rigged it so a gun could shoot automatically. It's an incredible movie. There's so much intensity, action, and detail in this one. It's mad. The fight scenes is incredible too. And after he takes all those people out, there's obviously good fight scenes, quick, pacey. His gun action is brilliant in that scene. Especially when the gun fires up by itself, bang, 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 everywhere to distract them, to make them all over. He puts grenade in the door, bang, and then he rigs the I think propane tanks to catch fire. He's an incredible mastermind, Bishop, right? Incredible hitman mastermind right here. Hitman would just go in. They wouldn't necessarily rig stuff like this. They would just go in and start, you know, go all guns blazing. But he actually sets up perfect. Jason Statham characters, the characters he plays is incredibly clever and smart and intelligent. They know what to do in this sort of situation. So yeah, after Crane realizes that he's been set up, you know, he goes and takes a gun. He says, "Oh, we use her as bait." You know, Bishop goes to the boat and he gets a little knife. He starts slicing these guys' legs up, and then bang! This is a good scene back there. This whole entire scene in the movie is brilliant. One of my favorites so far. And he starts shooting. He starts like dodging bullets, bang bang. You know, like even when he's surrounded by, you know, men, he still attacks them back. It's just mad. You know, brilliant fighting. And one of the scenes is where the girl tries to break free of the guy. She kicks him and she's attacking him. I think he like shoots her, but she's wounded. And then Crane takes into like a room or something where he's actually wanted the place to detonate the entire bolt to detonate in like 3-4 minutes. I can't remember what the duration was. You know, he set the bomb on for, and then Bishop comes in, bang bang. One of the parts is where he throws him into water. He puts a grenade in, bang. It is madness, crazy fighting in this scene. You know, guy he shoots one guard in the head. This is just fantastic. I don't want to go on about every single action he did in that one because you have to watch it for yourself to know what I'm talking about. And then he actually helps the guy and he says, he makes it go into this like, what is it you call it? Not a submarine type thing, like a little Sophia type thing. I'm not even sure what it's called. But, you know, it's just keep us safe before the, you know, boat, you know, explodes. And then he also proceeds to go to Crane. And then, yeah, you know, and then the fight happens. Well, listen, Crane was no match for him. Crane did a proper fight. It would have been a bit more better in the movie if they had Crane fighting back in a more proper fashion, just like Bishop. But Bishop was way too strong for him. It just goes to show Crane was just all talk but no fighting. That's what it was anyway. So yeah, he proceeds to attacking our Kim. But not take him out, killing necessarily. He just chained his neck up to stop him from escaping. And then the guy said, "Why?" And then Bishop said, "Well, simple. I got you didn't." Because they're both orphans, so Bishop escaped and Crane didn't, and Crane was envious, angry, and so blames him. And moves out, and then and then he said, "Wait, are you not? You can't get off this island. You can't get off this river. Swim. What are you doing? How are you gonna escape? They'll find you." It's like, who says anything about us swimming? And at the end, it shows him. It shows where the boat exploded and a piece of container came out, and it just went down, and he just and he was nowhere to be seen. So you think, oh, this must be the last one then of the two mechanic movies. Well, no, it wasn't, because it shows a scene where Gina was in the orphanage, the orphanage where she says she works at. I think that's what she meant anyway. And she actually sees Bishop right there standing there. It was you obviously know how it goes. Characters like him always end up surviving because they're smart that way. I was like, would it make sense for him just dying like that? He's more smarter than that. And then it shows Max on his computer, and he searched up shipping containers, and it said, oh, there's like a thing in like the container where it's where divers are able to breathe, and he pieced it together, and he sees a CCTV camera, and it shows Bishop actually get out the container. Very clever, to be honest. Even he said, "You smart mother effer," something like that. So, is that what he said? Yeah, something like that. Something along those lines. I would have said the same thing too. And then he said something before he pressed the delete button, and that was a good end, by the way. As soon as he pressed delete, the whole screen goes back, and the end. Absolutely magnificent. It took me nearly 12 minutes to actually talk about this whole movie. That's a summary of it. Way better than the first one. That's what I mean. The reason why I give the first one a 9, or 8, it deserves an 8 or a 9. Depends what you give it. But it didn't have as much intensity and action as this one. So much detail, so much fight scenes, so much more to the story, so much more like, things happening. It's crazy. I'm surprised I remember the whole of that movie. I'm not going to remember movies like this. If it was 2.5 hours, I probably would have remembered it. But it's sensational. This is why Jason Statham remained one of the best actors ever, because of movies like this. Like, Keanu Reeves, you need to collab with him. Joel Kinnaman, you need to collab with him. Seriously, like, all 3 of you, get in a movie together or something, and just, it could be the best action movie ever made. But that might clash though, because what the movie would that be about? I think I said something like this before. The rating, this is a 10 out of 10. This is flawless. Everything you would want in an action movie, this is it. One of the action movies that had everything. No disappointments, not even one single flaw. I don't know what the single flaw even is. Perfect acting, perfect storyline, perfect amount of action, perfect chaos. Well, I wouldn't say chaos, it's part of action. Wow, perfect, literally everything. Nothing else I could say, nothing negative whatsoever. And I think someone called Ganso or something like that. Dennis Ganso. I got to double check the name, but I will I would tag the name in the description below, just so that or you're familiar with it, so you know who directed and who produced these type of movies and shows. Bear in mind too. Anyways, 10 out of 10 it is. If you enjoyed the video, please give a like, comment, share everyone subscribe, hit the notification below. So I'll see you in my next video.